Hey guys, so for those of you who don't know, my previous drawing video was me drawing Kaya as a My Hero Academia character, and I made him into a hero. I did a hero outfit and kind of simplified his original design. So for those of you who don't know, I really like Genshin Impact, and I play the video game almost every single day, and I also really like My Hero Academia, so I thought why not do a collaboration of them together, as in draw them together as a crossover. So that's what we're doing today. Today is Diluc, since I drew Kaya already, and yeah. To begin with, if you haven't seen the drawing for Kaya, you can also go watch that. It's in the drawings playlist. Doesn't matter what order you watch it. Like if you watch the Diluc one first, which I'm doing right now, it's fine. Like it's not like any particular order. So yeah. For Diluc, I kind of wanted to make him into a hero since he is a hero in the game itself. So yeah. He normally has a very dark trench coat and a black, what is it? It's kind of like a suit and tie situation, but I decided to draw him with a trench coat that has a hoodie on it. It looks like a phoenix head that's on his head. But here's the thing. So originally, when I drew his hoodie, it looked super cute and it almost looked like a chicken. So I ended up having to change the design. So now you see the overall design is an actual phoenix. I wanted it to look cute, not really kawaii aesthetics. So that's why I ended up changing it. He is a edgy character, so I thought it would fit him. He actually has his special move in the game. I think it's his ult or his burst. Can't remember which one it is, but which one is called. But basically, he makes this huge phoenix that flies as like a fire phoenix. It's on fire. So yeah. So basically, I wanted to kind of replicate that, but make it into a hoodie, which is a part of his clothing. Now for his quirk, I decided to do a little bit of a change. Instead of having it that it's his phoenix as his quirk, originally, I don't know, I thought I would go for a more of a Tokoyami Dark Shadow type of deal, where it was like a phoenix attached to him somehow, but I thought that since I was already taken by Tokoyami himself as a actual My Hero Academia character, I kind of wanted to stray away from copying quirks too much. So there are a lot of characters with similar style quirks because the world is full of people, and when it comes to the anime, they kind of make it clear that, you know, when people um get together and have kids, it's kind of like they pass on their genetics to their kids. So there's a lot of people with similar quirks at the end of the day. So yeah, but I wanted to make Diluc different. So he, in the actual manga, the webtoon comics of Genshin Impact, he does officially have a delusion. A delusion is kind of like a fake vision, but at the same time he already has a vision, so it doesn't really affect him too much. A delusion can actually drain your powers and make you age, like make you get weak and stuff like that. For those of you who know like the story of like child Tartaglia, it shows in the game too that it's not really good for your bodily health. But anyways, the Luke has one. It is a, he makes chains and like chains, and they can be on fire, I believe. I haven't read the manga myself, but I have seen like little snippets here and there, to be honest, from online. So yeah, so I decided to make that his quirk instead of just having it straight up fire, so he can make fire chains basically. I made him as a hero though, because he is a hero when it comes to like the game. He's a good guy. So yeah. And So I made it that his hoodie has a gap in the back. It kind of reminds me of Razor from Genshin Impact. That character also has a hoodie where the hair comes out from the back. I wanted to do that because Diluc has like really pretty long hair, so I wanted to keep that for him. The phoenix on his head, I made it a darkish red type of deal, and then the hoodie is gray color. The hoodie is attached to a trench coat. I still wanted to keep the aesthetic of the fact that he wears a trench coat, except I made the trench coat more of like a phoenix thing. When you see me color in the bottom part, you'll notice that I make it look like flames. Like I also do a bunch of shading for the orange and red colors to make it look like fire, just like how I did for the head part. Yeah, that's basically what I wanted for the trench coat. For his inner shirt, I kept it as an actual like collared shirt instead of coloring it fully black like how it is in the game. And then there is also some white to it. He's supposed to be wearing like this white vest like over it, but instead I just made a collared shirt that's white, and I kept his black tie. So his tie is black and has this really pretty red gemstone on it, so I thought I would just keep that because this is signature tie. And for his gloves, okay, so a lot of Genshin characters have gloves, and also my hero characters have gloves as well. A lot of heroes tend to have shorter gloves, like longer gloves, sorry, not shorter gloves, tend to have longer gloves when it comes to My Hero Academia characters, so I tried to follow that. Diluc is supposed to have like really short gloves, but I decided to extend it and just make it that it's covering up his sleeve a bit, so his sleeve is actually underneath some of the gloves, and the gloves are like they reach to like forearm area, so they're not super short, but at the same time I think I wanted to do it to make them shorter than how I drew Kaya's. I think I drew Kaya's gloves a bit longer when I was doing this for him, so yeah. Overall, I kept dark colors for the jacket just because honestly Diluc's character seems to always have like darker colored jackets and clothing, so I wanted to keep that aesthetic for him. But other than that, I tried to add some red and orange to make it look like fire and flames. I didn't make it super dark. I just didn't want the whole too emo like Tokoyami and too edgy like some characters, but Diluc overall in general is kind of an edgy character, so to be honest it fits him well. But because of his pyro powers, I wanted to make it that he is like a bit brighter than other characters. Definitely, I do like Diluc a lot, but Kaya is always my favorite. I feel like Diluc is still really pretty as a character, and his overall story with Kaya is pretty much the feels for a long time. So yeah. So as you can see, I'm coloring in the gemstone for the tie. I didn't really do the details like draw the gemstone. I just put it in when I was coloring. To be honest, I thought the glove would have covered up that area, but because his gemstone is really big, I decided to just add it in so that way you guys can see that overall detail. I really like how it's like his tie is, I don't know, like for the cosplay when I wear the tie, it kind of looks like an oversized tie, but for like his overall character, I think it's accurately like a regular size tie. So I don't know how that works. Or maybe it just looks big on me because like I'm smaller, so it's kind of weird. Um but yeah, I have a Diluc cosplay and some of the items look a bit large like the tie, but I like how his aesthetic is super fancy, and it's, I don't know, for characters I like characters that are more formal, so it makes sense why I like drawing like Diluc's clothing. Um, for his belt, I kept it almost similar to his actual belt in the original character, except for the fact that I simplified a lot of it, so I didn't add so much detail, unlike in the game where it has that much detail. It's kind of like for when I was drawing the Kaya one, I made some details very simplified compared to how they are in like the original character. Because to be honest, my hero characters, they do have a lot of detail in their outfits, but it's not like super, I don't know, there's so much patterns on Genshin character outfits. So that's like the difference. So I didn't add too much patterns to it because my hero characters don't really have like overly complicated patterns on their outfits. It's more so they just have a whole bunch of stuff, like Bakugo and Deku have pockets, which usually characters, like when you look at like some superheroes in Marvel and DC, they don't have that aesthetic because it's not really practical to have like so many things hanging from your belt as you're like running around and fighting. But overall, it's, that's what it is. And but the patterns are very simple for the clothing, so that's what I wanted to stick with. For the end of Diluc's glove, I made it gold color because he does have a lot of gold when it comes to his outfit, especially all of the patterns and like on his cuffs. So I kind of removed the fact that he has like cuffs, like the way he folds his trench coat, and then it looks like there's like, it has cuffs on the end of it. I kind of removed that and just had it that the sleeve is inside of the glove. So yeah. I also kept the red part where like the palms of his hand for the glove pattern are actually red, and then the top part is black color. So I kept that design just so that way it matches him, and so that way I'm not putting like so much black onto the drawing and making it that dark. Here I'm adding some orange to like the collar area of the trench coat. I wanted to do like how I'm like shading for the phoenix and everything, like transitioning from orange to red. So I kind of wanted to do a light version of that on this part as well. So you can see that I'm like trying to just do orange, and then I did like a reddish orange. It's called coral red, I believe. It looks like a red and then there's some orange tint to it, so it kind of looks more orange here. But I did use some of that for his hair as well, because normally that's like the base red that I use because it's the lightest, and then I shaded it in with some darker red so that way you can tell there's like shading. And here I am continuing with the dark color for the dark gray for his outfit. Yeah, to be honest, me wanting to stray away from dark colors, and then I keep doing it. So yeah, for so that's why for like the Kaya one, because Kaya has more white on his outfit and like blue, I decided to play with those colors more because normally a lot of characters that I like have darker outfits. So this is one of those things again where it's like I keep saying I want to draw characters with lighter clothing sometimes. So yeah. I don't know about like when you guys look at like Diluc, if you ever played the game and seen art for him, but his actual like original art that you can find on Google, he's standing in this very strange angle that's very difficult to draw because it makes his arms look longer, and then but then they're bent. But whenever I draw them, honestly, I always make his arms look shorter by accident. So I end up having to go back and redraw his arms and make them look longer. So that way it's more proportionate with the body size that I draw. I don't know, this is the second time that's happened where it's like I'm drawing him and then I realize the arms don't seem right and then I have to go and redo them again. Some character poses are like that, where I haven't really mastered some of the angles, and sometimes there's angles that are a bit more difficult to draw than others. So when characters are posed just like a different way, it can be a tough challenge, but I really wanted to do this one as this pose since it matches his character. And also for the Kaya one, I use like Kaya's actual signature pose that he does in the artwork. So yeah, that's basically what I was going for in terms of I wanted to do my hero themed type clothing, but have the characters still have their personalities within that aspect. So as you can see, I'm shading in like from a dark red to a light red, and then the edge is gonna be an orange, so that way it looks like fire. I kind of just wanted a whole phoenix effect for it. Originally, I was gonna color his trench coat all like orange and red, but I thought that would not be fitting with his personality, and it'd be too much bright colors, especially since his hair already is red, and it highlights a lot of like his head in terms of that. So I didn't want to put too much bright colors when it comes to like the whole outfit because I felt that didn't match the character. And now I'm just shading his collared shirt. Honestly, I really loved how this turned out. Like, I didn't think I could get the phoenix head to actually look the aesthetic that I wanted it to, which is cool. I thought it still looked a bit too cutesy when I was sketching it out, but once I added in the colors, it honestly looked better than what I thought it would turn out to be. For the chains, they're supposed to be on fire, so I am actually just coloring in the chains first, and then I'm gonna put like fire colors near it. I'm not good at drawing fire and different elements. Sometimes when I draw them, I feel like I make it too unnatural. It feels like when I'm drawing it, it looks like it's too on purpose, like purposefully there. So the shape, I wanted it to be very natural and organic rather than just like drawing fire the way a cartoon would draw fire. Like for like if you're doing a cartoon and then you draw fire and it looks super simple. So yeah, I didn't want to do like fire that looks like it's deliberately put in a specific spot. I'm just shading the chains first, and then I'm getting to the actual fire itself. So for this, I wanted it to be kind of light, like orange, and then purple. I want it to be a dark fire, not an actual like, oh, it's super bright, it's just orange and red. I wanted to add like different accents, so I first put in orange and I put in some purple as well because I felt like that looked more organic in terms of like a darker anime type of fire rather than just having it like look normal. I feel like Diluc can make really, like, super warm, like, more intense fires than the average fire characters. Like, so I wanted to do that for him. I'm gonna stop saying fire right now. There's so much. Um, but yeah, basically, I'm just outlining him, and that's it. I like how he turned out. I honestly wanted his face to not be like super angry looking, but more so just a serious tone because that's Diluc. I feel like he's just sometimes lonely and a bit upset about everything in his life. But yeah, I didn't want him to look like he was like angry as a character, even though half of the time it feels like he is an angry character. So yeah. But I wanted him to just have like a more serious expression. So if you haven't checked out like that drawing of Kaya for the My Hero Academia theme type of drawing that I was doing, you can definitely check that out. That's in my drawings playlist. I will be posting all of the process work on the social media, so you can like follow and share this video as well if you liked it. And yeah. Recently, I've just been trying to do more drawings. I know I say this in every video, but honestly, I've been trying really hard now because I'm like, it's been a while since I did any, so I'm trying to get back into the groove of things, especially since I just recently changed jobs. I mentioned this in a couple videos before, but I recently changed jobs. But I found more motivation in doing stuff, so yeah, I kind of died down a little bit when I was working like at Miniso for like a couple months. So like this entire year I kind of slowed down when it came to like doing videos and stuff, but hopefully like I pick up the pace now because I feel more motivated and I'm actually happier. So yeah. Um that's basically it. Let me know if you guys have any requests for any anime characters or characters that you like in general in the comment section below. If you have any requests, you can ask me and then I'll go and draw the character if you want. Yeah, basically, I want to try doing more requests since I haven't really drawn any other characters besides characters that I normally like, just because I'm not someone who's too familiar with like that many animes. I'm someone who likes to stick to like one anime or a couple, so that way I don't get like super, I don't know, I can't binge watch shows. So when I was a teenager, I used to do that, but right now, like honestly, it's not even because I work, it's because for me, I don't binge watch things and I just watch a lot of YouTube for the most part. So it's a bit different, but I can't sit there watching like a full on 20-minute video and then watch like 10 episodes within a day. That's just not me. But yeah, if you guys have any like requests on like anime characters or video game characters that you like, definitely leave a comment in the description in the comment section and I'll take a look at it and I'll try to draw them. I don't mind anything really. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye.